Good day everyone. This is your surgeon Dr. Pandya Rajan. I am a surgical consultant as well as chief editor. Today we are going to see the introduction of publication. This series we are going to see how we can publish medical journals. In medical curriculum, everyone teaches how to understand the existing fact, but no one teaches how to publish the recent fact or new findings. So we are going to learn how we can publish effectively in various journals. The content of the chapter include the power of publication, definition of publication, the classification of publication, different types of materials, the definition of manuscript, good qualities of manuscript, history of publication, and what is the importance of publication. What is the power of publication? In the introduction of scientific paper writing and publication, we are going to see why publication is important, how publication changed the life of many, and how publication changes the treatment guidelines of many diseases. In this chapter, we are going to see numerous examples how a small publication can change the entire treatment aspect effectively. Starting from the ancient period, many clinicians and surgeons who wrote their treatment experience in various journals as a small note. An ancient surgeon, Sushrutha, described different types of disease and their treatment in his textbook of medicine and surgery. Even after so many decades, we still remember Sushrutha because he wrote his finding in his book using a palm leaf. Remember, there were so many good clinicians who were present in the ancient period, but we still remember Sushrutha because of his book. So this is the power of publication and documentation. So friends, try to publish as much as possible and try to document as much as possible, whatever may be the findings. So in this picture, we can see the Sushrutha textbook of medicine and surgery. This is a picture of Sushrutha who is doing an ophthalmic surgery. What is the definition of publication? According to Oxford Dictionary, publication is a process of preparation and issuing a book, a journal, magazine or any other material and make it available for a public use. This definition is according to Oxford Dictionary. The classification of publication. Publication can be classified into print media publication and electronic media publication. Next we will see different type of materials include book, journal, newspaper, magazine, newsletter, legal document, notice, patent right, bulletin, dissertation thesis, audiovisual aids and miscellaneous. Now we will see what is the definition of manuscript. The noun manuscript evolved from the Latin word called manuscriptus, which means written by hands. Manu means hands, scriptus means to write. In an ancient period, most of the document would have written by hands, so they would use the word called manuscript for written documentation. According to the current understanding of manuscript, manuscript is a document written for the purpose of book, journal, magazine or newspaper, etc., either published or unpublished. Next we will see what are the good qualities of manuscript. It should be simple and efficient. It should be original. It should be innovative and thought-provoking. It should be well organized. It should be clear and informative. It should add more knowledge. Next we will see what is the history of publication. As per the current existing data, the first form of publication is made by either verbal or oral communication. After verbal or oral communication, documentation are made by the means of carving and painting inside the cave. But most of it was destroyed due to the natural calamities, wars and other factors. Another important problem with a cave painting is it can't be transferred from one place to another place. So the transmission of knowledge is very limited in cave painting and carving. Following evolution, human beings started writing their thoughts and ideas in a transportable form of documentation. It is done using either clay or stone with the help of baking of the clay or heating of the stone. Later, books writing started with the Egyptian papyrus roll using leaves from plants. They used a brush with different colors of leaves extract. Simultaneously, in certain geographical areas, documentation were done with the help of palm leaves, bamboo wood, or impression from other materials. After Industrial Revolution, documentation publication are made with the help of papers. In the current era, we are using a digital platform for publication and documentation like e-journal, e-book, e-paper, e-magazine and electronic documentation, etc. In near future, it may change to complete virtual reality. The point here is changes are permanent and we should adapt the changes rapidly. So the famous quote said by Albert Einstein is, once you stop learning, you will start dying. Next we will see the importance of publication. It helps us to understand the current treatment plan for existing disease or new disease. Example, John Snow, an anesthetist and epidemiologist who identified the source of cholera outbreak in London in 1854. After his findings and intervention, the mortality rate of cholera declined in London. He wrote his findings as a letter to editor in a medical times and gazettes. But still we remember his finding of contact tracing method even in the period of corona, that is COVID-19. So now we can understand the importance. Next is, even a small idea or a small case study can be published. A famous quote by Peter Rabbit, even the smallest one can change the world. We are going to see how a small sample study changed the treatment protocol for many diseases. We know Norman D. Nigro, who is not satisfied with the old treatment offered to squamous cell carcinoma of anorectal region, and did his study with the 28 sample and published his findings. His findings showed chemoradiation offered better functional outcome and less disease recurrence. Following his study, the entire world now accepted wait and watch policy for anorectal cancer following chemoradiation. He never thought his study is going to change the disease treatment protocol. So always try to publish your data even it is a small sample study. Wonder, it might change the future treatment protocol also. Gold standard treatment are changed with the publication. A famous quote saying that there is nothing permanent in the world except change. Before invention of laparoscopic cholecystectomy, open cholecystectomy is a standard of care for symptomatic cholelithiasis. After Eric Muge did his first laparoscopic cholecystectomy and published it into his German Society of Surgery, now laparoscopic cholecystectomy is a gold standard treatment for symptomatic cholelithiasis. In near future, it may change also. Adjuvant investigation are changed with the publication. Indocyanine green is first used in ophthalmic retinal surgery. Subsequent to its utilization in ophthalmic surgery, it also used in other fields like laparoscopic cholecystectomy, viability of bowel anastomosis, sentinel lymph node biopsy in oncosurgery, assessment of burn severity, neurosurgery, liver surgery and vascular surgery. Indocyanine green utilization is increased following its publication in ophthalmic surgery. Publication make your world famous. John Gibbon, who is a cardiothoracic surgeon, he developed first extracorporeal device and published his findings into the journal called Archives of Surgery in 1937. Because of his work and his publications, he became the first person who developed successful extracorporeal heart-lung machine and got credit from famous IBM company. Note, if you have an idea invention, procedure or instrument, try to publish as early as possible before someone make it. Now recently, Medical Council of India MCA introduced publications mandatory for promotion. Publication is mandatory for getting the degree. Apart from dissertation thesis, journal publication is also mandatory for getting degree from certain institute. Example, AIMS said super specialty student must publish a paper within 2 years following admission. Another advantages of publication is it helps us to update our knowledge. It helps to get fellowship in reputed association across the globe. A good publication can grant funds from various organizations for future research. The golden rules of effective publication. Look for the target audience of your publication. Look for what readers want. A simple and sound article will read by many rather than the complex article. Make it available across the globe. The main purpose of this series is, in the curriculum, every teacher teaches how to understand the existing fact, but no one teaches how to publish a fact. Hope this book or series will enlighten the various aspects of steps involved in the publication process. Thank you for watching this video.